4, 3.
Hello! Welcome to the final episode of Late Night Snooze this school year. Our final episode of Late Night Snooze as well. I'm your host, Kyle Archer.
And I'm Gavin Anderson. We have a fun episode planned for you guys.
Go Vespucci. Good friends with Twitter.
Oh, well, winner is who I am. On hearing the news, Biden uncharacteristically headbutted the nearest baby.
She sure does slay mama.
Just to appease a bunch of people. I'm the mayor of a city. I have so much things going on and...
For the first
Time in forever. I say it too.
You look good and green.
Laugh! It works every time. A very special roast with the most from a roast where your lovely hosties with the mosties will be tied to a spit. Please put that away. To a spit and bit and torched by our team.
But before we get to that, here's everything you missed this week. But we're going to do a joke swap style.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Here goes nothing. So as a preface, Gavin wrote my jokes, I wrote Gavin's jokes, and here we go. In an attempt to help people find the love of their lives, Tinder has turned to research to break down exactly what makes their users tick. Their newfound study found exactly what the women of today find attractive in men. These include being above 6 feet, having a deep voice, mature style, a full beard, no strange side-swept hairstyle, blue eyes, good tattoos, moisturized lips, and a high IQ. My last ex, an elementary school teacher, actually broke up with me because my reading level was below average. Not sure if she was referring to the reading level now that I think about it. I also lack objective permanence.
it's going to be object permanence.
I also lack object permanence. I told you it's an elementary grade level reading level, which allowed me to get over it real quick.
As you all know, my name is Gavin Anderson, co-producer of Late Night Snooze and professional coattail rider of Kyle Archer. That's right. My legacy depends on the guy who writes songs about hot dogs and groundhogs getting freaky. Would I want it any other way? Yes, absolutely, yes. But I'm not having fun with it, you know. I have the aesthetic of an emo Catholic boy that just discovered Daft Punk. My favorite album of all time is Preacher's Daughter by Ethel Cain, where a 25-year-old leaves a religious world behind just to culminate her life to be murdered and cannibalized by her lover. Or as I put it, what I see when the lights go out. My colors are earth tone, black, and Your boyfriend is obsessed with me, your girlfriend is obsessed with me, which is sweet and genuine, but I won't talk to you unless your name begins with Daddy and ends with Pedro Pascal.
The new trend among Point Park students is Wacky Duck Wednesday, where friends go to Primanti's to get the drunk ducks and see how many of the small rubber duckies they collect. Students even take fun photos with the ducks and post them in silly ways. I personally love to have about 5, 6, or even 7, and then flirtatiously blab with my friends and force them to film skits with me. But my by far favorite thing to do to celebrate this new trend is to forget to invite my friend and co-host Gavin. I once told him I was too busy to hang out, and he then ran into the same group I invited out, telling him, quote, "Yeah, Kyle said drunk ducks tonight, you should come. A certain guy to my left will not be invited tonight, no matter what you heard."
Now that this is my last time on air for Point Park University, I have some things I really need to get off my chest. I suck farts, poopy, stinky, and smelly farts. Any farts from big farts to small farts. It's true, from the bottom of my heart, a book could be written by Nicholas Sparks on how much I love the art of sucking farts. I haven't brushed my teeth in months too. How many of you have I kissed on camera again? 3? Right, okay.
There's a new plague floating around the LGBTQ plus community. And ruining lives. People have reported a, quote, overwhelming amount of assaulted heterosexuals. Assumed. Overwhelming amount of assumed heterosexuals flooding gay bars everywhere. I know where this is going. This is a real problem, but I have a confession. Thank you for the Zoom, Kyle Archer, a straight man, went to a gay bar to dance with girls with my other straight friend. And now you may be wondering, why? Well, at the gay bar, there is no other competition at regular bars. I can only pull the girls that wear jeans with fake rips in them, black Air Forces, and meth eyes. You get to be the fish at the bottom of the barrel that floats to the top, am I right?
Have you been keeping up with any of the local news? Whether you said yes or no to that, I don't care, because my private story is all the local news you need to know. Lock in with me, Gavin Anderson, as I give you a hand cramp from tapping your phone an ungodly amount of times through my endless thirst traps and pivotal moments of my day today. Go on a life stroll with me as I accidentally ingest 7 edibles from a small man in a leopard leotard, while 5 of my exes turn straight, then gay again, then an impromptu sex change and marry the small man in the leopard leotard. This is my life. Like and follow and subscribe, and I'll add you to my private story. See you on Raya.
Special day for all of us here at Snooze because this is, as you know, our senior episode. Gavin and Kyle created Snooze in the fall of last year to give students a creative outlet to create fun skits, write funny jokes, and be a part of something new and different. And by new and different, like new and different for the school, but SNL's been doing it for years. You can see the inspiration everywhere, from the comical news reports to live skits and edited videos. This is basically a great value SNL, except instead of the Please Don't Destroy boys, we asked them to please destroy these videos. Aside from being a copycat, you guys created one of the best shows on YouView, where people can come and be creative, express themselves in a way that other shows here can't do. I mean, what other shows are they singing songs about a wiener becoming a were-wiener or falling in love with Punxsutawney Phil? By the way, you should wear the wiener costume more often. Okay. Kind of hot. Oh, and Gavin, before we start, I noticed there was like a little something on your face.
What if I did something drastic? Thank you.
All right, now that you guys are warmed up, I would like to introduce our first roaster to the stage, and this one is Toasty. Everyone, welcome Deborah!
Woo,
So, here goes. Kyle Archer is like the personified version of Larry the Cucumber from VeggieTales. They're only in the plot for comedic relief and often spontaneously burst into song about something that is so random you've absolutely never thought about it. In fact, you've never even thought about anything remotely related to the subject matter. No. When I look at Kyle, I just see Larry the Cucumber. They sound the same to me. They look the same to me. If only Kyle were a little bit taller, he would really have me fooled.
Yeah.
So if Kyle is Larry, I guess that means Gavin Anderson is Bob the Tomato, right? He's the boring one everyone forgets about. Just kidding, Gavin. Everyone loves you. Like, seriously. Everyone's obsessed with you. You're the celebrity crush of UVU. And Kyle, I meant everything I said. Thank you.
Felt.
Okay, Deb, those roasts should come with a warning label. Now we're really going to turn up the heat with our next roaster. Sam Heineman, come on up!
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me on. Whenever I came here earlier today, I actually didn't have anything prepared for Kyle. But, I've been sitting, I've been thinking, and, I gotta say, I really have to give you props for being a grad student, because being a grad student has got to be one of the most difficult things ever. I mean, who else would be pushing 30, carrying around a backpack, you know what I mean? But, hey, at least you got the height for it. No. All jokes aside, I just wanted to say another thing while we're complimenting the hosts, right? Gavin, you've had kind of a tough dating history. And I know that could be horrible, right? Because, most people, whenever they're going through a tough breakup or a situationship, they're left wondering, what did I do wrong? Is it because of the way that I look? Is it because I'm not funny? I'm not interesting? Well, Gavin, he doesn't have to wonder. He's so handsome that he knows they're leaving because of his personality. Thank you. Thank you, Eds.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. That was incredible. Now I'm a little scared. Next up is a good friend of mine, Beavis from Beavis and Butthead.
Gavin, we all know that you and Kyle are having a wedding, so I just want to ask, am I invited? We all know that Kyle is the muscle behind Late Night Snooze. You're just kind of there. Stop riding his coattails, bro.
I
was looking through your Instagram.
Crazy.
The pictures on there tell me that you want to be a model. But does anyone actually want to see that? Gavin Patron? He's Gavin number 1. You? You're sad little Gavin number 2. Kyle. I used to think I wasn't funny, but then I met you. Now I think I'm hilarious. You made a stage name, and Kyle Archer was the best you could come up with. I prefer looking at you when you have your hot dog costume on.
So I've heard.
Every time you walk into the studio with your guitar, a little bit of my soul leaves me.
Mine too.
You're like Spider-Man. Spider-Man was completely useless and boring.
Thanks.
Seaweed, his on the carpet.
My cat.
That's more creative than anything you've ever put out.
My cat pooping on the carpet's most creative thing. That was good. That was good.
I felt like I was captive. It was like an assault trap.
Hey, he went on you.
That was good.
Yeah.
Needed a moment to process that one. Whew. Coming in hot, we have our next roaster, Danny Phantom!
gotta loosen.
First time on a microphone, I guess.
Well, he's gotta lift up the mic. So very good.
Well, they say never meet your heroes. Kyle met me in video storytelling where he was wearing a bright colored shirt and a highly enthusiastic attitude that was way too much for a Monday morning. I thought, he kind of reminds me of a camp counselor. And then 5 minutes later, he pulls out a guitar, a handful of rubber duckies, and goes, "Who's ready for Kahoot?" Then I definitely knew I was at summer camp. Gavin, he's a good-looking guy. Nice pants, perfectly coiffed hair, the classic brown stylish jacket, sharp jawline. He's a sexy human being. He's a handsome dude. But his style is too refined to where it feels like he's gonna sell me a bottle of cologne or perfume every time I bump into him. I mean, take a picture of him walking down the street, and instead of "Where's Waldo," call it the "Find the Hollister" model.
Wow. How did you do this?
All right, Danny, that was certainly something. I don't know how you follow that up, but next we have Delaney, and a little birdie told me that you get some heat for being gluten-free. I honestly just respect that you go against the grain, and I hope your humor is the same. Come on up, Delaney.
That was good.
That was
Okay.
crazy.
I didn't expect to be insulted, but that's fine. I was gonna come up here just during this roast, not to insult you two, but to thank you for never being afraid to be who you are. The whole Snooze crew thinks you two are the cutest couple, and we want you to know that you are so loved and supported. Do you mind if I
Give me a zoom.
Dad, this is for you.
We have kissed on camera.
We have.
In
We
the
have.
intro of every episode.
Every single one. Do you want to do it again?
No.
No.
It'll happen before the episode's over, I promise.
And after.
Thank you for your time, Delaney. Our next roaster is definitely someone who needs no introduction. He's real popular at the bars and definitely not destined to be an alcoholic. Gavin Petro. Come on up to the podium and take your best shot.
This mic's been through a lot. So, if you can't tell by my haircut, I've been having a bad day. And I wrote these right after I got it, so just be warned. I want to be the next SNL cast member, said Jake Novak, TikTok lolcow and distant relative of Kyle Archer. They have the same goal in mind, so we can only hope that Kyle doesn't make another song about his aspirations, lest he end up like Mr. Novak. Gavin Anderson is the definition of a male manipulator. He wears vintage clothing, listens to female singer-songwriters, and won't shut the up about his vape. Everyone beware, because Mr. Anderson is someone you do not want on your roster.
Yeah!
I feel a little smaller and smaller every time.
We could have got you a little staircase, like one
Yeah.
of those wiener dog staircases up to a couch.
Where'd she go?
Hey guys, I'm back.
It's getting crazy up in here.
Gavin, I'm not sure how many of those are allowed on YouTube, but our next roaster says that the joke sky's the limit. Everyone give a warm welcome to Sky.
Oh, this is perfect. Fits my shrimpy self. Hello, Kyle. I just want to say I'm a big fan of your work. I love watching your videos every time I accidentally click on the Snapchat discovery page. I can always find him under the earwax removal tutorials. It's great. I mean, come on. Y'all are looking into the eyes of a legit videographer who is so savvy with the equipment involved. And if you don't believe me, just ask the several SBS equipment items he's broken over his time at PPU.
Dale, you can't clap to that.
Yeah, people talk. As the life-size version of Bucky from G-Force plants his crusty, dusty dogs on their poor little faces, showing off his unconventional, never-before-seen skills of off campus workers.
Yeah.
And just think of the number of aspiring videographers he'll influence with his amazing skills. All of them giving thanks to you, Kyle. Or, as he is formally known in the SPS community, Kyle Lol Stomper. All best wishes and hags, my dude. Moving on to Kyle. Hello. Before I got up here, I got a call from Wolverine from the X-Men, and he wants his brown leather jacket back. Yeah, it's either the physique or the jacket. You can't have both, buddy. I'm kidding, obviously, and I do want to shed a little bit of grace for Gavin. I know it can't be easy for a buff, charismatic, funny guy like you to go about your life on a day-to-day basis. The struggle is real. And I'm just so happy you're smoking hot. Ryan Match, as of this week at Real Joe Locke, is there to comfort you and help you through this difficult time. You're one step closer to being in your trophy wife era under Joe's lock and key. Hats off to you, my brother.
A second plane.
Those jokes were cold. Thanks, Sky. Now let's welcome Cole to the podium. Hopefully your ex doesn't get mad that I mentioned your name.
Gavin. Gavin, my beloved roommate. I wouldn't rather be roommates with anyone other than someone who has a less than 0 rate of getting in a serious relationship with a man and a greater than 0 rate of shitting themselves during their senior year of college. Those are great odds. Congratulations.
You pooped your pants this year?
It was a long day.
It was the morning.
It's a whole story.
Long walk to the bathroom.
It happens to everybody.
I hate when that happens.
Thank you.
I have Crohn's disease. What's your excuse?
I don't. I don't. Take it away, Dylan.
Hi, Captain. Those were jokes. Our next roaster is one of the new funnier producers for the show. Let's give a warm welcome to Elena.
Subtle dig.
I'd just like to say we've been here for about 30 minutes and I've already tripped about 5 times, so I'm sure next year's gonna go really well.
Yeah!
So Kyle, I've been dreading the day that you leave since it's been decided that Abby's the new Gavin, so I guess I'm stuck being the new you. Those are big Heelys to fill. It's scary to think that this is what I'll become. Neon colors, backwards hats, and a guitar. Please, everyone, the second you see me, even a smidge of Kyle in something I do, kill me. And Gavin, slowly unlocking your lore through the days in the office, I wonder how you get anything done ever. I do hate to break it to you, but you absolutely got into Raya because some intern was hungover and approved your application thinking you were Noah Beck. The best of luck to you and Joe Locke, though.
Elena with the heat. That was incredible. Our last roaster for the night, coming in at 350 degrees, we have Sav.
Hello, everybody. One moment. It's fine. I love short people. Kyle, I did have a longer roast prepared, but I had to shorten it since I wasn't sure you would be early enough due to your Kids Bop music video. I also had to take the time to translate it into millennial language for you.
Thank you.
So, yeah, okay. Since you will soon be adulting, I wish you luck, as I'm sure the world is so excited to have yet another quirked up white boy in their presence. I high-key think your vibe is sus and you are not bae nor fam. This may seem salty, but it's time to say bye, Felicia. Okay, and Gavin Matthew Anderson. Yes, whipping out the government name. Gavin Anderson, not to be confused with the Bitcoin guy, who also comes up when you search your name. Yes, so guys, I did do some research to make this the best it could be, but the search results were rather disappointing. So while you may have been recognized by Brittany Broski, it seems that you weren't relevant enough to appear on the first page of Google. Or even Bing. I just wish I could have found more dirt other than finding out you raid the Mount Pleasant Goodwill every time you go home, or the fact that you are finally getting into what my dad plays in the 70s, Dungeons & Dragons. Very proud of you for becoming a boomer. And hey, I believe in you. I believe you can somehow rue someone on Raya who looks vaguely of a Baldur's Gate character. Might as well be wooing Lil Michaela, if you ask me. But I'm glad your little games bring you comfort. But hey, I'm glad you're making better financial decisions nowadays. Instead of spending money on any Logic merch, you are now spending more on Taylor Swift tickets, merch, and a tattoo. Money well spent. Thank you.
Well, that just about wraps up, I believe, all of the roasters, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Correct.
That's
So I would say let's have a round of applause for all the roasters, but I think a good booing makes sense today.
Yeah. I think on the count of 3.
Let's have a round of boos, yeah, for the roasters.
1, 2,
2, 3, boo! Damn, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
And welcome back after those wonderful messages, sketches, whatever we decide to put in there. We figure everything out after post or during post. That's so true. Before I begin with my little intro, we have gathered our tiny little snooze family here, whoever wanted to be back here. And I opened up with them by telling them that it kind of looks like a scene from Modern Family, but that was before Gavin, number 2 in the back. Can you wave in the back, Gavin? He doesn't have to wave. It's the one that looks awkward. It was before Gavin walked in there. Now it looks like an episode of Shameless. Yep. Well, I have heard a lot of roasts here. Some good, some better. And you know what happens when people get roasted? They get burnt. And now it's time for me to send it back to snoozers. Nobody is safe. Gavin, your shirt is ugly and you have no friends. Idiot! Got him. Every time I look at you, I can't tell if you're crying or stoned. Safe to say, it's probably both at this point in your life. Oh. Hey, Dylan. Woof! Told her I was gonna do it. That's right. I don't have anything bad or mean to say about you, but you genuinely do laugh at literally anything. So go laugh at a small banana or something. Yep. Grace, she's not behind here. Grace, I was going to write a roast about you or a joke on you, but ever since the day I met you, that was a joke on its own. That's a great look. Look, I could go through a list of everyone, but frankly, I've already punked all of you over the past 2 years. And what that really means is that's just having me as a broadcasting graduate assistant, and you all learning anything and everything from me. You all have become unequivocally dumber. So boom, motherfuckers, roasted like a peanut, because you all are peanuts. That's what's ups. If you ever received a Dux, I stuffed it with a bug, and I've been listening. That's right, I got you all on tape, you bastards. Everything's spilling out now. Elena took the first 14 years of her life learning how to spell her own last name. Abby has 4 posters of Noah Kahn as cats, and she makes out with them every night. Alex curls his hair every morning. It's not natural. And Debbie has 18 different pairs of the same yellow shoes. Danny's real name is Bert. It's all factual. You don't have have to ask anything else. Jules, your name rhymes with stools, and that's another word for poop, idiot. Anyways, I nailed all these from the roast to the coast. I'm out. Deuces.
God, whatever that was. All right, guys. In all honesty, I have had a great time producing here with most of my friends. I love the pitch meetings and the whole 5 of you guys that showed up. Sometimes Kyle, at the ripe age of 26, would add to the bit by forgetting to call off work and leaving me alone. Some of my fondest college memories come from our episodes. For example, our Halloween episode where Kyle dressed up as a werewolf and a hot dog. 2 of his encompassing traits, a bitch and a huge dick at the same time. But when he isn't thinking with his wiener between some buns, Kyle was a great friend the whole 2 times we hung out this semester. Kyle will be remembered with his Heelys, his longboard, and bringing his kind of homophobic friend up to the office at awkward times. You sure know how to pick him. Way to take a page out of Decade. You've become such a great friend, and no, I don't want to do shots. Someone check to see if his bag rattles. To Elena and Abby, I don't know how he manipulated you guys into taking over the show. If you need to tell me anything, blink twice for help. And now, my mini-me, Gavin Petrone. Never have I seen a boy go to the gym so much and stay noodly, taking it right out of my book. Gavin, stick together. Someone also needs to keep you away from clippers. I've seen too much of your top lip, and you went from Suave Beatles mop top to cousin. Speaking of twinks, Cole. In trying to think of a roast for Addie or Grace, I couldn't help myself but circle back to Kyle. Kyle, you would have slayed as a gay man. They would have eaten you up. Kyle acts like he has severe daddy issues, then leaves his cats in his shit-stained apartment for long stretches to really carry out the lineage. Maybe one day your cat Seaweed will have an obsession with tropical print, cringy white boy hip-hop, and will get drunk on New Year's, get with a random girl from Tequila Cowboy, and fall asleep in his office chair for the night. To conclude, thank you for being a wonderful audience, and to Kyle, I'm happy to be your friend, now former co-producer, and the only person you have kissed who has stuck around.
So that's all we have for roasts. Now it's time to get a little sentimental. Addie, who has had to put together every single one of these senior videos, has a special presentation for our graduating seniors. And Kyle. Are you guys ready? All right, let's roll the clip.
So I joined UView when I was a sophomore, around the time where I switched my major from cinema to broadcast, and my friend Sam Hinman, she pretty much told me to come along to an episode of Daybreak because it was still COVID time, so like people needed a little bit of help, and I know that UView was very small under the crew back a few years ago for Newsnight was very small, so I wanted to come and help out and just get more of a sense of community at Point Park, to be honest.
Oh God. Domino's has just announced their new emergency pizza program, delivering you 1 free medium pizza when you, quote, need it most. It's like 911 for pizza, when you're having a bad day because you missed the bus, or you got stuck in traffic, or when she takes the kids and the dog, or when your ex decides to text you 8 months later.
I started at UView and really got introduced to UView after a special topics class where we kind of just had free reign to do whatever we wanted to do in the studio, and that opened up my mind to a lot of possibilities and different avenues that UView could go into. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our very first episode We're here, the dream is true. Here is your summer update.
So I transferred in fall of 2022, and I think I was in Robin's video storytelling, and she was like, you guys need to go to the UVU, like the big meeting at the beginning of the year. And I was like, okay, because like I just transferred in, I didn't know anybody. So I was like, I need to get involved. But then in the spring 2023, I got pretty involved. I went to Newsnight, like, I don't know, a lot. And then last fall, I did Late Night Snooze. So I've just been like bouncing around shows, making friends.
Hi, I'm Cora Redinger, and tonight on Late Night Snooze, I will be speaking with the Director of Operations for Pioneer Records, Sonmi Sinley, to learn about her role here at Point Park and her upcoming events here in the future.
My favorite memory of UVU isn't really a specific time, place, or thing. I would really say that just the overall process from start to finish whenever I started UVU, and kind of just watching other students that worked on UVU kind of take the reins, specifically with my show and their other shows, and just watching them grow and develop and making these shows their own with their own voice in their own way. That's been my favorite overall memory. But as far as a pinpoint, I can't really pick one. I mean, every single day at UVU has just been its own unique, fun experience. I can't pick one. They've all just been incredible.
Oh my gosh, okay, it would definitely be sitting in the audience for Late Night Snooze and just like crying, like screaming at the jokes like Kyle would make. And also when Cade was like the laugh person with the sign, that was incredible. So I feel like their Late Night Snooze skits were my favorite memories.
I'm going to be completely honest, I think it's the mock election episode of Late Night Snooze. That where Nick Knopka was Joe Biden. That was probably one of the favorite things I've ever helped direct and create and write, and I'm just still so proud of how it turned out. To this day, like, I laughed really hard that day, and it's one of those episodes I still find myself going back and watching.
I feel like stuff like this can be really intimidating, but UVU was such like a welcoming space. Like, I was nervous to get involved. Like, I'm usually not someone who will like go out of my way to like join something if I don't know anybody. But when I started going to like Newsnight, like everyone was seriously so welcoming. And so don't be scared, just go do it. You will make friends, you will be involved. Like, you don't need to worry about that.
Be unique to yourself. Always, always, always stay true to yourself and be your authentic self. That's all I can say. If you have an idea, make it happen, get it done, and do it your way. Obviously within the guidelines, but yeah, that's what I'd say. Just be you.
I know a lot of people always constantly say like, oh, don't be afraid of failure, don't be afraid of failure, but look, go in to UVU and everything you're working on with, if you go in with lightheartedness, it's not going to become a stress in your life. And I found so many more of my passions and developed so many more of my skills in college by removing the academic and the stress of like, oh, am I going to find a job out of it, and just really having fun. And I found myself looking back and all of the skills I've gathered and what I feel most confident in myself going into employment and finding a career was the skills I gained when I was having fun. So I would just say to make memories, make the good fun memories, and know that the cast and crew and everyone here at UVU is family.
Hi, Late Night Snooze seniors. So Cora, Kyle, and Gavin, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Snooze was the first show that I did at UVU, so it was like my first kind of introduction to the UVU community, and you guys have made me feel so welcome, and I can't wait to see what you guys do in the future.
I'm probably gonna miss the most about our seniors is the memories. Some of the seniors I've gotten really close with over like my 2 years here at Point Park, and also just like some of the stuff they told me. Like, if you're in school and you're just not doing great and everything, it's okay to talk to people that you really care about. And also, if you're not happy in your major, change your major. Gavin Anderson gave me great advice. Like, if you're not happy with your major and you want to change your major, that is a sign to change your major. And I just love all of them. I'm gonna miss them dearly.
One thing I'm gonna miss about Cora is just like every time I've seen her, she's just been so sweet and like so kind to us. And one thing we're gonna miss about Kyle and Gavin is probably going up to Kyle's office and like editing and just like figuring out ideas for Snooze. It's been like so much fun going to do that, and I'm really gonna miss that.
I'd say for Cora, she was one of the people I looked up to throughout the Snooze process. And Kyle and Gavin, they've just been so supportive. Like since I met them, like we've just kind of like gone to them with so many things, and they're like, yeah, like let's at least give it a try if nothing else. So we're really gonna miss you guys.
You can go first if you're going to do that pose.
Okay. I kind of wanted that side.
I hated that.
So Gavin and I, we started this show.
Yes.
Last year. I don't know. I feel like we could be say serious stuff here. I don't know what to say. I mean, we started this show a while ago, and it has been way more gratifying and than I could have ever imagined. I mean, I didn't expect it to fall into what it was, but I wouldn't have asked it to fall in any other way.
Yeah, it was a hell of a ride. Hell of a ride. I had no idea what we were going to be in store for making this show. All I knew is that we wanted to do like a sketch comedy show, and I never thought this many people would want to be involved and watch the episodes, and to have episodes that are so rewatched and people talk about. It's been such a blessing to just look back on and have such a funny memory in college for other people to look on, and something that's in my heart.
And I think I'm going to play off of that really, really quick, too. I mean, we would have not been able to do this if it wasn't for all of you guys. So seriously, like, thank you all. And just like a nice little round of applause for yourselves, I guess. I don't know. But like, genuinely, no joke around with a lot of you. I love every single one of you. And I can't thank you all enough for, you know, being a part of this and putting your own mindset ideas into it, making it your own. And from here, take it off and keep going. Keep bringing Snooze.
Yeah,
Keep it alive.
I hope you guys just take it and run with it, and I hope when I look at it, it's completely different, because I want you guys to make the show yours. I don't want this to be something I look back and I still see my influence. I want you guys to like look and be like, oh, I had fun with this show. I can't wait to see what's next. But make it yours. You know, really just use this show as an opportunity to have fun and still develop the skills that you guys want to work with.
And I'm willing to bring the hot dog costume back if you guys want to make like a part 3, because the good things come in 3, and we need a 3. So
you had to ruin a great moment. But other than that, anything else to say? Okay. I hope your mic unplugged.
No, I don't have anything else to say.
Okay. Well, from me and Kyle here, thank you all so much for watching and tuning in. If you're stumbling upon this video years later, I might be dead.
And from Kyle and Gavin here, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you stumbled upon this video years later, Gavin's probably dead. Thank you so much. I guess let's close out one last time. Just like the way we always do it.
Different every time.
And I will always love Snooze. And I will always... Yeah, you guys know I love Snooze. He forgot it. We rehearsed this.
Sorry.
F*** you.
Late Night News offices. This is Gavin. How can I help you? No, we actually aren't filming anymore. Season 2's over. Oh, Grace Lawrence. I'm familiar with your work.
bagger protein out. Shake the bottle, grab my keys, hit the route. Feeling kinda sluggish, gonna fix it, no doubt. Pull up to the parking lot, time to work out. Walk right through the door, fitness 19. Set up shop so I can start stretching. About to eat this up, it's such a cuisine. Time to hit the set, get swole, get lean. Just one more rep, yes! 1 bead of sweat drops to the ground. My muscles, they get loud. Where you can afford to get fit. Fitness 19, you make me proud. Fitness 19. Fitness 19. Fitness 19. Fitness 19. Barbell, kettlebell, dumbbell, treadmill, elliptical, chest press, arm curl, leg curl, littles and flexing. One leg extension, your pace, sweaty face, we have all the weight in place. Sweat on my brow, but a smile on my face. Accomplishing my step with the limited space. The weight's off my shoulder and I'll be back. I'm in my fitness journey, time to push it to the max. 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 3 locations in the verb.